Hello, my friends. I am Peymon the president of Freedom Law School, which I created in 1996. In this presentation, I will explain to you how you can buy your home or any real estate, residential or commercial property, but primarily your primary home residence without any 1040 income tax confession trap forms. It is well-known knowledge that if you want to get a home loan, just about almost all the regular loan agents and banks require your 1040 income tax confession trap form that you filed last to see how much money you made, because those are statements made under oath, and they have you given permission to get a copy of that from the IRS, whether you made $100,000 or $1 million or whatever else, and use that as a basis of how much money you make, how much big of a loan you qualify to get, how much can you afford to pay for a mortgage based upon how much money you told the IRS you make. Of course, they ask for your recent copy of your W-2 stubs from your recent job if you're an employee as well. So how do you get around all that stuff? Well, those government loans are, number one, FHA loans, Federal Housing Administration, FHA loans. And you have to only put down 3.5%, and the government guarantees the lender that you'll pay him back. The other ones are Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae, which you typically put 10% down, sometimes 5 or 20%, and you can get a loan that way also up to certain limits. Big loans, multi-million-dollar loans are not like that. There's no government guaranteed for, $5 million homes. But we're not talking about those. We're talking about regular home that may be $500,000, $800,000, that kind of a price range. Below the FHA, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac limits of the value of the house. On those, how do you buy your home? Your first home is the most difficult one. Well, you got to go online. Number one way is to find hard money lenders. Hard money lenders. It's not hard. It's just that it's not the easy government subsidized loans. These FHA loans and Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae are federal government subsidized loans. So you don't want any of those because they require a 1040 income tax confession return from you. The term hard money really refers to private lenders. Now you can go online on search engine, whatever you use, and look up hard money lender and put your major city near you to look it up. Hard money lender, Tampa, Florida. Hard money lender, Dallas, Texas, and they'll come up. I also prefer go to Craigslist.org, and you find good hard money lenders there. Private lenders that list themselves for you to find. So let me show you. So go to Craigslist.org, and there, this one, I'm already at the Tampa Bay area. Craigslist, you want to go to the Craigslist of your area because they have their website divided, first of all, by states on the right side, okay, right here, okay, by state. And then within the state, you have what part of the state. Like Florida has all these different parts of Florida, okay? And below the states is, even Canada and worldwide. You want to be in the United States, in your state, and then what part of your state? I'm already in Tampa, Florida. Now, when you get there, on the left-hand side, under services, you'll see right here, left services. There are different services available. One of them is financial. On the first column, go down near the bottom, you see financial right there. So you click on financial and open that link in a new tab, and it takes you to this page. And there, on the search button on the top, you type in hard money, and then you go on the right side and click search. You come up with this page. Well, look at these. What does it say? The first one, commercial mortgages by refi, no doc, INV-DSCR-bridge minus hard plus soft money. What does that mean? You'll see. Okay, next to that, private money financing and hard money loans. All of Florida, it says, right? Okay, now go right out of that. Florida's hard money cash out. Any reason, bad credit, okay. I call you. Tampa, St. Peter, Clearwater, Dunedin, Florida, call us. So, well, let's go to one at a time. Here we go. Let's open this one. Okay, what does it say? Commercial mortgages, buy means to buy a home. Refi means to refinance your home, get a no bigger loan. And say no documentation. They don't want no tax returns, how much proof of income you made. No documentation. That's what you want. They have that. That's what they're saying here. Okay? And they say they do hard plus soft money. So they got different gradations. And they say right here in their sign here, you know, below the underlined part, above the logo in the center, no doc, DCR only, multifamily, competitive rates, fast close. You see these guys trying to be competitive because there's a market for private lenders who want to lend money to you and make money. Why? Because to lend money out there, what are the options for investors? Number one, put money in a bank. You're guaranteed to lose money because banks pay less than inflation. So that's a loser. Two, you can put your money in buying government bonds, which are borrowing paper. Governments wants to borrow money, or corporations want to borrow money. Those are bonds. Or notes. Those are short-term borrowing by government or corporations. They also pay a little bit. You're guaranteed to lose money to inflation. What's another option? Gold and silver. Gold and silver keep the value long term, but they do not make you money. They just hold the value long term over ups and downs with inflation. That's all. Stocks and bonds got too much risk of ups and downs, okay, and it's manipulated, by the multi-billion billionaires and the hedge funds. All that stuff's too risky. Who loses investing in stock market the most? Small guy like you. What else is left? Well, how about commodities? Pork bellies, orange juice, those things, again, are very risky. The price of wheat, corn, pork bellies might go up and down. That's not for the average investor either. It's risky. How about futures and options? Short selling and long, again, those are all risky also. Option selling, those are risky investments a lot of people do not want to mess with. How about crypto? Crypto is the money of the future, in my opinion. Yes, Bitcoin and Ethereum are the top two reliable crypto in this wild west of thousands of crypto that are trying to become the next Bitcoin or Ethereum. But even Bitcoin and Ethereum have ups and downs, and a lot of people are not comfortable with that. What investors want is a good rate of return above inflation without much risk, with near zero risk. How do you get that? Well, the safest bet for these kind of people, the guy could be 50, 60, 70, 80-year-old guy, says, look, I got $1 million. I don't want to get nothing for it or risk it. So he says, look, I'm going to lend it to you, homeowner. You pay me higher than what the banks charge you. Banks right now charge, I think, 6-7% approximately on 30-year loans. And it's going up. These hard money private lenders charge you instead 18 to 20% or maybe even more. They're charging you a good rate of return. More than you'd pay the 6, 7, 8% through these government subsidized loans. And guess what? They want to make sure you will pay them that 18 to 20, 22% interest rate. And they want to make sure that you don't default. They don't want to risk losing the money. So what they do is they require you that you put a substantial amount of down payment or have a substantial amount of equity in your real estate. Anywhere to 30% to 40 to 50% they want down payments so that they don't have to worry about how much money you make. Your ability to pay based upon your income. Your credit score doesn't matter if you have a good payment history, paying your loans off. It doesn't matter. You could be bankrupt, out of prison, broke. You put down 50% down, plenty of lenders will say, fine, I'll lend you money because if you don't pay, I'll take the house back. even though I have some lawyers' fees and delays, that takes maybe 10% of the value of the real estate, but I can make the other 40% that you gave me. You gifted me by defaulting. Thank you very much. They know you will not default because you're putting a lot of down payment in the game. You have a lot of skin in the game. Versus the FHA, Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae loans of 3.5% to 10%. Okay? So, in good economic times, the lenders, maybe with 30% down, they give you loans without asking too many questions. In bad economic times, like it was in Great Depression of '08, lenders wanted you to put down 40% or more to be comfortable without asking questions. Tax return, credit report, how much money you make, that type of thing. So that's what these hard money lenders are. They're people that want to make some good money risk-free. So all they're looking for is a situation where you have enough skin in the game so that you will not default, and they charge you a higher rate than the bank would pay them, and you pay higher rate than the bank would give you in those subsidized loans. So you're saying, Peymon, why should I pay a higher interest rate than these government subsidized loans? Well, it's simple. Slavery has its benefits and rewards. So does freedom. You have chosen freedom. Okay? You get to keep all this money that you would have otherwise paid to your enemies in the Washington, D.C. swamp of criminality and corruption. You get to have a substantial amount of it kept by you. You can put more down payment so you can qualify for these loans. And yes, you will pay a higher interest rate. But that's nothing compared to how much you paid in income tax. People say, oh, Peymon, instead of this much interest, I'm paying this much. But you're saving on income taxes this much. So a little bit there is no big deal. You're still saving this much in income taxes, even after paying a higher interest rate to these private lenders. That's the free market, folks. That's the real market for loans, not these government subsidized loans, which are subsidized by enslaving you. You don't participate. You don't support that market. Let some private lender, investor, make good money because he or she will enable you to buy the dream home that you want or investment. So that's what these guys are. So let's take a look at them a little bit more closely. Okay? They put the phone number right there to call them. This guy put his 724 area code number on there. See? They want you to call them. Okay? So they give you options. Are you looking for money to purchase a multifamily project or shopping strip? Maybe you want to build a large apartment complex, or just need some cash out of a recent project so you can reinvest into a new one? Or maybe you just need a credit line to expand your portfolio? Both soft plus hard money. Call in and let's discuss your needs. They put the number there to say, since 1998, we have served both Florida and nationwide with all types of commercial, marketing, and consulting needs. How about the next guy? The next guy here, private money financing and hard money loan. Let's see what he says. This guy, about more information, says, oh, do you have a rental or fix and flip properties that need improvement projects done? Perhaps you have delayed projects for your rental property or needs emergency repairs. Okay? We work with hundreds of lenders locally across the state and across the nation to find the best private money loan for you. See? It says contact us today. They give you the number and website, email, right? And I tell you, hard money loans, minimal documentation, minimal paperwork, $60,000 to $900 million plus. Fix and flip loans, bank statement income loans, a great bank statement program for business owners and those who are self-employed. See, there you go. A lot of you guys are self-employed. They know self-employed people, a lot of them don't file pay income tax because nobody W-2s out of your paycheck steal the money for you to get back. So they want to lend to you. They know you got good income. So they say, look, your bank deposit shows you have this much deposits. Therefore, we can lend you up to 30% of your bank deposits because we assume your deposits are your income. So let's say that your bank deposits are $100,000 a year. They say, well, we'll lend you up to $30,000 or $35,000 a year is your mortgage payment you can afford. Well, $35,000 a year is almost $3,000 a month in monthly mortgage payments of principal and interest of loan and property tax and insurance. Okay, that's just one example. See, they give you all kind of stuff: cash out, refinance, tap into used equity, foreign national loans, foreigners, no Social Security or residency required. See, there you go. You can get loans without a Satan surveillance number. Foreigners don't have a American Satan surveillance number, right? So why is it any different from you, right? They even lend on raw land and lot loans, ground up construction for, all this stuff. Low credit score, okay, 250 to 900. 250 is terrible. They don't care. Bankruptcy, okay, no problem. These guys do other stuff: healthcare financing, okay, update medical equipment, consolidate debt, expand your practice, your business, or acquire a new one. $250,000 plus. See, even business owners, you want to expand your business? Somebody wants to invest in your business. If you give them guaranteed good rate of return, it's worth it for you folks, because you're saving a lot of money not paying income tax that you never owed legally in the first place, right? Here we go. Small to medium business size loans, all industries, new equipment, expansion, refinance, established business loans, okay, joint venture financing, mining financing. Wow. See, all kind of these things they got. Another one I checked out these guys. Here's their website of one of these guys. Wasting time with banks? Use our private money. These guys are eager to lend you money. So you go to Craigslist.com, you find tons of these guys listed. You just got to call them, check out their website, and fill out the application. And they'll tell you how much you qualify for at what interest rate. And you compare and you shop around. Yes, you got to fill out the application, talk to them, see what kind of deal they offer you, and shop around. Now, some of these guys you come across are themselves. The guy is a lender. He himself puts an ad. A lot of them are brokers. The guy, his job is to be a broker. He knows a bunch of rich people. He knows this guy just has his money locked up. He goes to the other guy or the other guy to loan you money, and he gets a percentage. Now, these hard money lenders typically charge you anywhere from 4 to 7% upfront points on the loan. Point mean 1 point is 1%. 4 to 7% they charge you. So for $1 million loan, they charge $40,000 to $70,000 to just give you the loan. That is on top of the interest they charge you, 17%, 22%. That's on top of that. And those points may go to the broker completely, or to the lender completely, or they may split them. That's their business. But as far as you are concerned, you want to just shop around and compare. You want the lowest interest rate, lowest points, and least amount that you need to put down, least percentage to the price of the property that you can put down. It's, again, free market. So you got to find these guys and call them and talk to them. And you can do that, folks. Okay? So it's not impossible. You can do it. Will take a little bit of work for you. Craigslist is the #1 place to go. Online, typing hard money loan, your city and state that you are. So on the search engine, it'll show up, and start calling. So I've done a course on this topic also, which I'm making available now for free very soon online. And that's a 3.5-hour course I did on this topic back in 2013 or 14, back then. So more details is on that course. So don't despair, folks. You can buy a home without a 10-4 income tax confession form and live a wonderful you want in your dream home.